Alright guys, I hope everybody had a great 4th of July. Not a lot happened here because it was raining pretty much non-stop all week. It's still raining. So I'm not even sure how many people actually went to watch the fireworks here, but yeah, not a lot going on. But anyways, I just wanted to do a quick video because I've been reading some wrestling news sites and I saw that TNA has released a lot of wrestlers this week. So far it's Crimson, Christian York, Madison Rayne, Taylor Hendricks, and Joey Ryan. So, can we just end Gut Check now? I mean, it's completely meaningless at this point. There's no reason to continue doing Gut Check when the only two guys who won Gut Check that were actually on TV were Joey Ryan and Christian York, and TNA got rid of them. So why would we care about the guys they didn't even think were good enough to be on TV? It just doesn't make any sense. So I think this Big O Ryan Howe match, that should be it. Let's just go ahead and end Gut Check now. It means nothing. And it really sucks because where does someone like Madison Rayne go from here? I know Joey Ryan's probably going to go back to PWG. He'll be fine. But someone like Madison Rayne or Crimson, it's just really a sad situation because where did these guys go? But yeah, as far as the TNA releases, I'm sure they're going to release more people. I mean, they have all those other Gut Check contestants they're not going to do anything with. Jay Bradley better be happy as hell he's in the Bound for Glory series. And even then, they could still write him off like they did Pope. Have the Aces and Eights lay him out or something. But anyways, the real reason I wanted to do this video is I was reading about the American Wolves and how they're in talks to go to WWE. What the fuck is going on right now? It feels like when Vince McMahon was raiding all the territories for talent, except now I think it's Triple H behind this. And to his credit, he is taking guys who have been on the indies for a while, they've paid their dues, they can go in the ring, they're not your typical bodybuilder guys. So that is a positive. And don't get me wrong, I'm all for these guys going to WWE and making a ton of money, except they're going to go to Developmental. They're not really going to WWE. They're going to go to Developmental for like 2 years. And that makes no sense to me why they're signing all of these guys when they don't even have space for the talent they have now on the main roster. Like, look at Damian Sandow, Cody Rhodes, Antonio Cesaro. They have all these guys and they don't have anything to do with. So, I mean, I'm really confused why they're signing so many indie guys and not using them. So, you have the developmental system in WWE, and what confuses me about this is it can work for guys. I understand they're trying to take guys and train them in the WWE style. I get all of that. No problem with me. However, it can help someone like Husky Harris, but then you have someone like Chris Hero, who has wrestled all over the world for years. He's almost as old as CM Punk. I think he's a year younger. And this guy's been in developmental since 2011, I think. And that's batshit crazy. It doesn't make any sense why they don't have Chris Hero on the main roster. Even in the Best in the World DVD, the CM Punk DVD, they were talking about how Punk really got his name out there on the indies because of his matches with Chris Hero. Yet Chris Hero is still in developmental and they don't think he's good enough to be on the main roster yet. So the whole thing, the developmental system in WWE just really confuses me why they have to get guys like El Generico, Sami Callihan, Pac is there, like I said, Chris Hero. So they already have so many talented guys in developmental. And now they're possibly talking to the Briscoes, possibly the American Wolves, which is going to kill Ring of Honor if they take these guys. And if that's the case and they want to take these guys, why not just fucking sign everybody? Go ahead and get Michael Elgin, Tommaso Ciampa, Adam Cole. They're already talking to Mike Bennett. Just take them all. Because it seems like that's what they want to do. Not to really use these guys, but just to have the best mid-card of all time. Because that's all these guys are used for right now. And I don't understand. What really sucks about this is for the fans. Because they're going to take the American Wolves. If this happens, they're going to take the American Wolves and they're going to go to developmental for like 2 years So for 2 years, we don't get to see any of their matches. And I love watching their matches. They put on great matches. So the fans really have to suffer here, because it would be one thing if they took the American Wolves and they were on Raw in like a few months. That would be awesome. But instead they're going to take them, send them to developmental, and then we don't get to watch these awesome wrestlers do what they do best. El Generico, he's going to be stuck there for a long time. And it really sucks because now you don't get to see Generico in ROH, PWG. So it's kind of disappointing to me. And on the other hand, you have all these guys in the main roster that they don't have anything to do with. So you have, and to WWE's credit, they are trying to build new stars, like with CM Punk and Daniel Bryan. They are doing better in that regard. But it's still, you only have so much wrestling a week. You got 3 hours on Monday, and you got 2 hours on SmackDown, and then sometimes you have a pay-per-view. Nobody really wants to watch more wrestling than that. That's enough. So it's not like you can add another show. So what they have to do is they really have to maximize their time. How about on SmackDown, you cut out the recaps and use the 2 hours to its full potential? Go ahead and cut some of the fat. Get rid of guys like Tons of Funk and, for God's sake, Sin Cara. And just kind of clean up the roster a little bit. Maybe they could do something more with some of these other guys, but they still can't use all these guys. You can only push so many wrestlers at a time. So you have Cesaro, Rhodes, Sandow, Wade Barrett, Dolph Ziggler. They're finally doing something with him. He's been up there forever, just losing and losing. You got the Shield. Now you're bringing in the Bray Wyatt family. There's just not enough time to use all of these guys to their full potential. And now you're telling me they're just signing more and more indie guys to stick them in developmental? I mean, what's the plan here? What's the goal? So I'm really confused with what WWE is thinking. What's their thought process here? Unless they just want to scoop up everybody as quickly as possible. As soon as you do anything, they're just like, come here. So yeah, it's a weird situation, and it's also weird because I'm pretty sure Davey Richards said he wanted to retire and didn't want to go to WWE because of the schedule. And things change. He may have changed his mind and saw what they were doing, Daniel Bryan or something, and said, hey, maybe I want to go work there now. I don't know. But yeah, it's a really confusing thing to me, just because I don't understand taking all of these wrestlers from the indies, which is really going to hurt the indie companies, and then not using them. It's like they just want to have them as a backup. And Chris Hero, my God, I got to tell you, Chris Hero, Cassius Ohno, whatever, this guy's been great for years, and I got a bad feeling he's not gonna get brought up. Just because he's been in developmental for so long, and they stole his finishing move and gave it to Wade Barrett. Once that happens, that's tough. I mean, it's kind of like they just want to keep him in developmental to help some of the younger developmental wrestlers. And it sucks to say that, but I got a bad feeling that's what's happening to Chris Hero here, and eventually he'll be released and he'll never get brought up to the main roster. And like I said earlier, I'm all for these guys getting brought to WWE and making tons of money, but you have to be on TV to make that money. And even if you're only on TV for a short time and you get released, you can go back to the indies and you can, I guess, demand more money theoretically. But you still have to be on TV for that to happen, and there's only so many spots on the roster. So, I mean, you can go to developmental and roll the dice and see if they're going to eventually bring you up, or you could just fade into obscurity for a few years until you can go back to the actual indies and make some money, depending on how much WWE wants to push you. But yeah, it's just some stuff I was reading on dirt sheets and things about the American Wolves and talks with WWE and TNA, and I don't know, I just wanted to make a quick video about that. But anyways, I'm curious to hear what you guys think about this, with WWE signing all these really talented wrestlers. They're in talks with Sami Callihan too, apparently, and just all these great talents, and then not doing anything with them. So leave your thoughts in the comments. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and thanks for watching.